Hi Aries. I've already done an intro, so let's just get started. I'm going to pull from this deck for energies to start out. So for planets, general energies for Aries, now clarifying the past or future. What do Aries people, sun, rising, moon, Aries energy, fire energy, what do Aries need to know? Pluto. And in what sign? You can think of these as the who, what, and where. So planets being who, signs being what, and the houses being where. Where in your life, where in your birth chart, where in in your life are these energies playing out? Important to know, important to utilize. So Pluto for Aries, general energies. What does Pluto have to do with Aries? Aquarius. And where? What area of life are these affecting Aries people? Aries energy. The 10th house. Quickly go through these and then I'll read through the little fortunes that they have on there at the end. So Pluto being the planet that rules Scorpio. It's a lot like Aries energy. It's very warrior-like, it can be aggressive, it can just kind of be, it's sort of, I don't know, immediate. It's like sudden things that come into your life, sudden things that affect you, good or bad. Can just be something that's unexpected, and Aquarius being an air sign, this would be more having to do with Pluto, unexpected thoughts, things coming to your head. Maybe Aquarius being something that has to do with forward, future thinking, thinking outside the box, networking, social contacts, your environment, vision, your dreams, sort of, but more so like practical dreams, I want to say, things that you see and you want to put into motion. And the 10th house is about your career. There's a lot of other things that it has to do with. If you're interested, I'll put a link for all house definitions below. And be sure to check out those links if you have time. I usually put things in there that have, further clarity, visual metaphors for the cards that come up, for the energies, the things that I talk about, either, even just further reading that you can do on your own, ideas, things like that, music videos. The imagery usually has a lot of signs, symbols, things that connect with the entire reading. So if you have time, look those up, and I'll put a link for houses down there as well. The 10th house is your career. It's your destiny. It's your public persona. It's how others see you, more so in your career light, though. So, okay. I thought now I would just do some little crystals. Okay. This is Robin Wood tarot deck. It's pretty similar to very traditional tarot, so just thought we'd start with the foundation for Aries. What do Aries general energies need to know now, going forward, or to clarify the past for the highest and greatest good of all people? Aries energy. One card. Eight of Wands. So I'm gonna just I'm going to pull the cards all together, or at least half of them, and so I can kind of see the bigger picture, instead of maybe going through all the cards and telling you what each one means. Maybe hone in on the main messages. So this is the Thoth deck, a lot more having to do with symbolism, energies. So Eight of Wands, clarifier for Aries. There we go. That's lust. 11. Some Leo energy, and 11 is also Aquarius is also the original ruler of the 11th house. So, okay. On the bottom was Eight of Swords, so eights are probably important. Let's see. Now this deck that has to do with combining astrology and tarot, it's this mandala, I forgot the name, mandala tarot, astrology tarot. So further clarity, help, insight, guidance, advice for Aries energy, Aries people, highest and greatest good. What do Aries need to know? Two of Swords, Venus and Libra. I'll pull some more cards if I need clarity, further clarity. On the bottom was the Ten of Wands. So again, 10th house, maybe. Okay, so I'm going to do an oracle card at the end, so we'll just leave that for then. It's interesting because in the Thoth deck, 8 and 11 are switched. Usually 11 means justice. You know, it's kind of like a halfway point, government, things like that. But in this deck, it's switched with 8 here. So, and this has to do with connecting your intellect, your higher self, your mind, with your more baser instincts, your gut feelings, your natural instincts, natural urges, even like your more animalistic side, which has a lot of facets according to this card. It has 7 heads of the lion, and the woman's riding the lion and taming him. Usually it's talking about having even though it says lust, it can mean that, but it can also just mean using a gentle touch with whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. Taming the things that are, if there's a bit of chaos, a little bit of uncertainty, it's getting in control of all of those instincts, those feelings, using your head, finding that balance between both. This can sometimes mean connection between sometimes aspects, sometimes messages coming through, mail, things. This is one of the only cards that doesn't have a person or something like that in it, scenario. So it's just 8 wands being fiery energy as well. So It makes sense with this card because Leo is also a fire energy, and sometimes this can mean Sagittarius and Leo, and Sagittarius would pop up. So sometimes I also think of it as different levels, like this, dimensions. Kind of see this level line here as well. I like this card though because it has the planets. I think it looks like Venus, the moon, Earth maybe, flying overhead. Connecting to Earth, connecting to space, like your higher self, your mind, connecting just heaven and earth, mind and spirit, heart and head, all these kinds of things. Together they, add up to 19, which is the sun in tarot, and then that and reduces down to 1. So it's all about the I am energy, like I'm in control kind of thing, maybe, telling yourself that, or needing to get into control, not necessarily you even, but control of other, if you're overseeing people at work or anything like that, it's kind of maybe sending out messages, sending out communication. This often means just, communication over the internet. Since we did get Aquarius here, that would make sense. And the 10th house being career. So, reining people in, maybe, dividing up responsibilities, since he has 7 heads, understanding where people are good at things and their strengths, because this can also mean strength in a way, resistance, strength, fortitude, all these kinds of like virtues, I want to say, but really it comes down to just being in control of yourself, so then you can sort of divvy up responsibilities, maybe at work, divvy up, where people are best at, like I said. Writing, writing something. Again, we have, since Venus, I said it looked like Venus here, we have Venus and Libra. Libra is all about balance. It's an air sign as well, like Aquarius. So it's about finding that balance, again, like I said. 2 of Swords. It can mean a crossroads. It can mean making a decision. 2 different ways that you could go, kind of like here, head or heart, maybe trying to find that connection between the 2 so you can just find that straight path through. It's relying on your instincts, relying on your inner guidance, that kind of thing, because usually there's someone in this card that's blindfolded and she's protecting her heart, has 2 swords like this, so it's someone that, you can't see the things necessarily around you, your outside influences, so just kind of relying on yourself can kind of mean protection sometimes, or just letting go of that kind of control, like that energy where you feel like maybe you need to protect yourself. This can kind of speak to that as well, since she's on a lion. It's like protection, protecting yourself, being in control of the lion so it doesn't eat you, kind of thing. Yeah, finding this like clear path through, maybe. Crossroads, I think of also, mental balance, balancing right and left sides of your brain, your mind, and finding that center way through. I just keep wanting to say, Venus is about love, and Libra is ruled by Venus, so it has more to do with like thoughts, though, air, communication, again, maybe connecting with a loved one, connecting with a partner, connecting with, boyfriend, girlfriend, that kind of thing, someone you find attractive, maybe the lust thing going on here. Connection, communication between two people, between two places, between two paths, two ideas, deciding between someone, like two people, maybe for a job, since we got the 10th house here, deciding which is the best route for you. And that really just kind of comes down to, connecting what you want, where you're at, what's necessary in order to get to where you want to be, taking those steps, maybe connecting with people, especially since we have Aquarius here, connecting with your environment, connecting with others, connecting within yourself, to just kind of gain some sort of control over yourself, over your environment, over the people in your environment, not necessarily in a controlling way, but just, reining in any chaos that's around you. Green here kind of looks like that green to me. I kind of look for corresponding colors. So I think it has a lot to do with Venus and love, and maybe giving love, being more loving, more sensitive, gentle in your work environment, with your partner, with yourself, maybe self-love, that kind of thing. His claws stand out to me. They look like they're painted red. I don't know if you can really see that. But yeah, these faces all represent different, they can represent different facets of one's personality, different, there's 7, so 7 virtues, 7 sins, that kind of thing. So just being in control of all the different facets within yourself as well. Connecting the dots, connecting your heart and your mind, I think, mainly. Finding ways to do that. And if you don't know how, like, maybe just start asking yourself, like, why don't I feel connected? And start there, in order to just, yeah. Let's see. Maybe I will pull, I'll do the, these are Art of Life Tarot. I like their quotes, different paintings, different visuals. So clarity on how all of these 11, Lust, 8 of Wands, 2 Swords, Venus and Libra, Pluto, Aquarius, 10th house, they're all coming together. Okay. 3 of Swords. Not gonna lie, this isn't a great card. Usually it means some sort of heartbreak or 3 people kind of situation, like again, maybe if you're deciding between 2 people, that could be what causes this, or doesn't cause it. It can go both ways. Let's see. The quote is, "Difficulties exist to be surmounted." So kind of like mounting your difficulties, mounting the things that you need to take care of and rein in and, be in control of. This is The Agony in the Garden, detailed by Paul Gauguin, 1889, Palm Beach, Florida. Maybe Florida. You're going to Florida. Because, these apply to a broad range of people. So, all or none may apply to you. Some, a few here and there, or different things. Also, the 3 of Swords, because, there's 3 air signs, Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra, and we got 2 of them so far, so maybe this is a 3rd. It can kind of mean that, that trine of air energies that connecting the dots in your head, connecting how you communicate, how you see your future, how you see things, and finding that internal balance within your mind. It's kind of dark. See much besides the red hair. They both have this kind of like horizon line, which is interesting. So you might want to look up your chart, and I've put the link in the introduction. I'll put it below as well, but and just see where you have Leo energy. Leo traditionally rules the 5th house, so look in your 5th house or look for the sign Leo. Libra and Venus as well. And just, yeah, Aquarius, Pluto. See what's going on in your 10th house if this is more career related. You can also look into composite charts. Since we do have Venus here, this could be relating more to love, concern, question, clarity, because when you do a composite chart between you and someone else, 2 signs make up a 3rd sign, which might be speaking to this. They make up a 3rd sign. So it's kind of, you know, describes the dynamic that is within that relationship. So, and each planet as well. So your sun sign, for example, how you see yourself, how, you know, your heart, your home in a way, but home really relates more to the 4th house, but just depends on how your chart's set up. Self-expression, romance, fun, all that kind of thing. And so you would want to just kind of see how these energies are playing into that. And when 2 cross, you know, for example, Leo and Sag, it does make Libra. So that's for any planet, but you just want to like go through them all, and it's easy if you just like go to astro.com or anything like that, and just do a composite chart and put in the different dates and times and whatever of your partners, and just see what kind of dynamic, what new energy do you two create together within that dynamic. There's also synastry charts where they lay each chart on top of each other, and you can see where your planets are in your house are maybe perhaps affecting your partner's houses, planets, life as well. So just difference, like relationship versus that sort of overlap, and see what kind of energies they make up, you know. See if there's a good mixture of energies. Libra is very balanced, so to have Venus, which rules Libra as well, is like saying it's a really like sort of balanced partnership kind of thing. But if this is heartbreak, it's maybe, you know, forewarned is forearmed is what I usually say. So, you know, just keeping your expectations in check and not getting too carried away. You know, maybe getting out of your head too. Since the 8 of Swords was on the bottom of the deck, of one of the decks, you know, it can just mean getting out of your head. Like I said, go do something completely different, you know, do something on your own or do something with the partner. Yeah, it's that middle point where these 2 swords are connecting. So finding those midpoints, finding those mixed energies, seeing how you work. You know, if you understand yourself, you understand your partner better, like where you guys are both coming from and what sort of energy you create together, what sort of vibe you have, how you communicate. I was just talking to a friend who is a Libra, and she's dating someone who is an Aquarius. So I was telling her about, you know, just from an outside, I haven't met the guy, from an outsider's perspective, what those 2 signs would mean, and you probably have a lot of communication going on, and then in order to, like, you know, connect on a deeper, more, you know, inner level in a way, outside your head, that maybe talking about spiritual or beliefs or anything that connects to your spirit would be helpful for them, just to take, you know, the relationship to another level, like the level here. Levels. Maybe the Venus, since this is Venus and the moon, maybe that's, again, since we have Venus here, maybe that's important for you. Look at your moon sign. Your moon having to do with emotions, feelings, romantic, but otherwise as well. Just really all your emotions. The connection between your emotions, the moon, and Venus would probably say a lot about how you feel romantically, what your love language is in a way, what your communication style, since this has to do with communication as well. Maybe there's some adjustments that need to go on there. That's what that cross-references with the 8 and the 11 in the Thoth deck adjustments. So if there's any adjustments that need to be made within yourself or with others, then maybe try to do that. I'll read these little fortunes that they have. Maybe something will connect with you. But yeah, since it does add up to a 19, that's the sun, which rules Leo. Maybe it's just really about being yourself in your communication style, like finding ways to be more, bring out your inner light kind of thing. These go intuition and then action. So spiritual advice, action advice. Pluto. These also look like, not to get too, I don't know, but all the missile stuff that's going on right now, these look like missiles to me. They don't always have fire coming out of them, so, and on other decks, so that's what I also see, like they look more like steel here. All right. So the need for control of genius to experiment with your destiny. An obsession with the discoveries of where you're going. And a power struggle resulting from the eccentricity of your career. That is the spiritual advice. And again, they go spiritual, mental, sort of further divided up, spiritual, mental, physical. So, let's see. Pluto, Aquarius in the 10th house. Resurrect your vision responsibly. Get to the heart of what's new and different about success. The heart being Leo, again, vision, Aquarius, connecting heart and vision. Maybe in your 10th house and career. Do or die, you must use an unconventional way and become a person of power and status. Let's see if any of the imagery, like Pluto is about going to the depths and resurrection and your inner strength in a way, which could maybe speak to that. Warrior, I keep wanting to say like warrior-like energy because it is half rules Scorpio, so it's very much about that kind of dark depths a little bit, but maybe coming out of that or going there just for a little bit to figure out what it is that you really want, what you really feel connected to, what you really desire, what's going on in your head. How is that affecting your heart, your relationships, connecting love and emotional intelligence, I think of as well. Libra is, again, all about balance and usually represents the Justice card, which switch in this deck, but yeah, it usually represents justice, government, time sometimes. Swords can represent letters in a name. Well, all of the cards can. All of the minor arcana can. But since swords represent language, communication, thoughts, I tend to think of it more so with swords. So, yeah, it's really just finding that that straight way through. If you can't make up your mind, find a way to combine both. Maybe not in a relationship. I'm not advocating, stringing anyone along. That could maybe mean some having to do with that, or that. But yeah, I think it's connecting mind, heart, soul, body, all of it to feel good, feel healthy, feel within yourself and within your relationship, within your community, your environment, your career. I think that all reflects then within your career. If things aren't going well at home and within your relationships, within yourself, even if you don't feel good, your health is the most important thing in a lot of ways. So you wouldn't be able to go to work. So it's like taking care of yourself as well, I think. And reaching out, connection, Aquarius being having a lot to do with networking, connection. So I think it has to do with reaching out, saying hi, maybe just, deciding to reach out, deciding to connect, resurrecting your dreams, your visions, your hopes, your fears, finding that balance there, finding control over all those things. Pluto can also be a very obsessive planet. There's Plutonic relationships. I've seen that online. And the difference between that and like a true soulmate kind of thing. So, keeping that in check, not getting too obsessed with anything, career or love or, anything. Just trying to strike that balance. Yeah. Looking things up, looking into your chart, finding where these energies are working in your life, and seeing how you can utilize them to the best of your ability to, really tap into, if you feel like you need to be more charismatic or something like that at work, then utilize that. Figure out how and why it works best in one area of your life where that planet might be, or just to know that it's somehow affecting your life in these areas, these energies, and once they no longer have power over you, kind of like this. So it's about showing who you really are as well. I think power, these kinds of things, power, control. Maybe if you are too controlling, too powerful in that sense, you should figure out how to have more of a gentle touch and be more sensitive, and especially around people that are sensitive, recognizing those things, recognizing that we all have different personalities and different dynamics that go on within ourselves, within our relationships, dynamics at work and coworkers and all that. So recognizing, trying to be more aware of how people interact, how you interact with others, and just take those things into consideration when, connecting with people, especially in career and relationships. So, I hope this was helpful, and I really didn't get too many, usually songs come to me or things like that, but we'll see. I'll put some links below, and just keep your eyes open, I think. Find ways to connect, find ways to reach out and be more involved, I think, too, at work especially, or within your friend group, to just, be that person to connect with others, to be the first one to suggest something, to, get everyone together. Gather up the friends or the coworkers, have a party maybe, find ways to connect with each other. So use that fiery, passionate, go-getter, Aries first energy to, don't be afraid of it. Don't be too tame, like you're Aries, you're the first for a reason, because you're not afraid, because you are you know, you're instinctual. You go with your gut. So it is about, you know, maybe not being too impulsive, but letting that fiery energy drive you or motivate you to make those connections, to harness in energy, especially if this is, you know, reversed. It's like saying you're not in connection, you're not in control, you're not like connecting mind, body, heart, or you're letting your baser, more animalistic instincts be in control of you. So it's really just finding that balance. And I think through love, since Venus came up a few times, finding that balance through love. And what does love mean to you? Like, how do you show love to your coworkers, your friends, your family, your partnerships, your anything like that? Maybe you can be doing it more. Maybe you could show, you know, more attention, more interest, sensitivity towards others in your life. Because Aries, it is the first, and it's fire signs. Fire signs can tend to be a little bit more like, it's about me. It's not in a narcissistic way. It's just, you know, how fire energy kind of goes. So it's about maybe pulling it out of yourself and then saying like, okay, how can that then apply to others? How can I help others with that? Using this sort of fire starter energy to get things going, get things off the ground, get things moving, to direct things in the way that they should go. Or can go, especially when things are balanced and in harmony. So again, yeah, finding harmony. 8 is about resurrection. It's about, you know, death, but more so like a metaphorical death. I think here, it's about the things that are a little hidden to you, but again, partnerships. It's like where finances come into partnerships. So it's like really this is backwards. Really reining things in, being in control of finances too. Venus does rule finances, and I know that we are going into Venus retrograde, so things can kind of go a little bit haywire, you know. So just kind of being aware of that, since Venus rules love, finances, beauty, anything of that nature. And so, you know, just maybe just being cognizant of the fact that things could not be as, like, you know, maybe a little bit slow at work, but it'll pass, you know. And so just doing what you can in the meantime, finding your own balance, finding your own strengths, your own methods, best methods to communicate, to connect with others. And let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, I mean, it's that same, it's backwards, that same sort of angle. You can see that, and these, it's just kind of like something coming through, going across, angles, lines. Could mean, a lot of air came up, could mean writing things down. Sometimes that's what this card means, actually. Messages coming through from the higher realms, from your spirit guides, from God, you know, source, universe, paying attention, you know, not letting things get out of control, not losing the awareness, you know, not getting too caught up in the moment. Or maybe if you've been very in control, it could talk about like letting loose and like going and having fun with your significant other, your sweetheart, and just, you know, maybe getting away, flying, finding that mental connection with others. Yeah, so it does say get to the heart of it, and I feel like that kind of is like, especially if these were like that, it's like getting to the heart, going down, diving deep, getting to the heart of the matter, to the relationship, to what you want, what you desire, what you really feel in your heart to be what you need, what gives you strength, what gives you control, what gives you, yeah, just connection, maybe. What is that for you, and how can you tap into that a little bit more? How can you tap into either your baser instinct, your more animalistic side, your gut instincts, your things that you feel, the things that you want, the desires that you have, the passion, and how do you, tap into more of the spiritual higher self mindset that kind of controls those things, and finding that balance. Like I keep saying, I'm going in circles, I apologize. I didn't get a ton. I think it's pretty straightforward, see if those things apply to you. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you have a great, rest of the month. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be doing these readings, or how long, these really kind of apply to whenever you come across these videos. I think divine timing works that way. So I'll kind of let these stay up for a while, and I think we'll be doing a creative reading soon. And yeah, if you are interested in that, check back. And also check into your moon sign, your Venus sign, Libra, Aquarius, Leo, all those things, because especially with Pluto and Aquarius, it is about getting across land. If there's any power struggles, that, the Lust card can mean that as well. Power struggles. I think of a lot of what's going on right now. North Korea and China and Russia and US and all of that. Power struggles for, missiles, nuclear weapons, control of that. Yeah, I think it's about finding a fair balance, a fair agreement. Agreement too. I don't know if there's actually 3 planets in 4. Yeah, sorry if I feel like if I were to think about this for longer, I would find different connections and meanings. But I hope that this was sufficient for you, and yeah, and you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful to some degree, and yeah, have a great week, or next time I see you. All right, bye.